How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the block. My name is Jamie, and if you can't tell by the sound of my voice, I am actually very sick right now. So, we're going to do something a little easier, a little cooler. Just finished up the first four episodes of Stranger Things Season 5, and we're going to talk about that. So, Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1 of, I believe, 3. The next 3 or 4 episodes are coming out on Christmas. And then we have a final 2 hour long episode sometime after that. So I think New Year's. So, some hot coffee. Oh, yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Keep the voice like this? Anyhow, for this, the hype died down for me long ago. Actually, let's do this. I just really don't understand why this took 3 years to make a season. I don't get it. And I don't get why they're releasing it the way they are. We're just getting this plain out of the way right now. I don't understand. I don't know what the point is of all of this. You're just pissing fans off, pissing me off, you're pissing my friend off who's a fan. So, that being said, I did find it very easy to get back into the world once it did come back. I did rewatch season 2 through 4 before the new season came out, just because I wanted to be kind of, and I've seen the first season like 5 times. The first season's pretty damn clear cut. So, with that being said, it was really easy for me to get back invested into some of the characters, get invested in the story, the world. Now, they do this thing, a lot of TV shows do this thing where it's like, hey, you know that thing that we did last season? Well, we didn't do it. And that's what they're kind of doing with Will right now. You remember Will? You shouldn't, because he's been completely irrelevant for 4 seasons. He gets kidnapped by Vecna, and then they rescue him, and then he just acts like a bitch the entire time and like cries because Mike isn't gay. So they're really pushing him on us. He's probably got more screen time than anyone in this. Will does. And it's usually him arguing with his mother. At this point, I believe he's like 26, which, again, blows my mind. You shouldn't have even had a high school scene where they interact with bullies of a high school. Lucas, they've got this dude looking like they shave him in between takes. All right, Lucas is a grown-ass man. All of them are grown-ass men. Millie Bobby Brown has kid. Like, I'm not buying them as children anymore. Like, but anyhow, and can we... Look at this. Look at this hair. What did they do? Lucas, who did you piss off to get this hair design? Like, holy shit. I thought Will's hair last season was rough, but Jesus Christ, brother. Like, whew. You pissed someone off in the props department. That's all I'm saying. But anyhow, yeah, there's this whole thing where the bullies come after Dustin and push him up against the locker. Dustin comes back, and Lucas shows up. I mean, the only people who don't look like the bullies look like high schoolers, but all the cast look like grown men. And look, Dustin had that. He did not need help. It's proven later. It took 5 bullies to take Dustin down. All right, just the 2 that they had in that first initial encounter. Dustin would have dusted him. No pun intended. So, but yeah, they're really trying to push Will this time. I don't know if he went and talked to someone and was like, bro, I need more things to do. Because before now, he was just like side background dressing. Like, he didn't really matter. But they're really pushing him so far to the point that now he has superpowers. That's lovely. And I guess Max is going to get superpowers because she's in Vecna's brain. And so we're going to give everyone superpowers now, which that just kind of, I don't know. That's the wrong way to go, in my opinion. That's what makes Eleven special, and then there's a training montage with Eleven and Hopper and Joyce. And is she planning to fight Vecna on like Ninja Warrior playing ground or something? I don't like the obstacle course she's got set up here is just, I don't get it. It's weird, I guess. But anyhow, it's something I would imagine the characters that don't have superpowers training on, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so Vecna's back. We got this whole thing with Will. He's like, no, the whole point of a few seasons ago where we sever my connection with Vecna, I don't think we ever did. And it's like, great, we got to retread that now again. Like they're digging up old things to retread. The whole thing was taking down Vecna last season, and Vecna's very clearly just not even phased, so it doesn't, like, why did we do half the things we did last season? So I don't know where this has a lot of potential to just fall on its face. I don't know how they're going to end it. I have a prediction, and it's going to be the stupidest fucking ending in the world. My prediction is that Stranger Things Season 5 ends with all of this didn't actually happen. It was just one big D&D campaign. And it zooms out, and everyone's back down in the basement, and they're just playing this campaign with their characters, and the Demogorgon figurine, and the Vecna figurine, and none of it was actually real. And that will piss me and so many people off. But right now, we're getting to a really, I mean, I love seeing Linda Hamilton show up. You know, she's always great as this really hard-ass military character. Since Sarah Connor, you know, you can't play Sarah Connor forever. So she kind of just dives back into the hard-ass military character, which is, that's fine. But it's always a joy for me to see her. And then Hopper, still one of my favorite characters. He's doing a great job. We got a introduction of a new character called Dipshit Derek. He's probably one of my favorite new characters. Really, he metamorphosizes into delightful Derek. And dude, this kid straight up just like starts a cult whenever he has his babyface turn. He just starts a cult and starts slapping kids on the head with rollers and making them meditate and shit. And it's actually kind of crazy. I don't want to spoil too much. I probably already have spoiled too much, but I will say the CG effects, for the most part, are pretty impressive here. I wish they would go practical effects more often, but you can only do what you can do. This coming out alongside Welcome to Derry really puts into perspective the flaws with this season of Stranger Things, at least. I'm watching them side by side, kinda. I just finished a new episode of Welcome to Derry, and I binge watched the 4 episodes of Stranger Things, and Welcome to Derry is significantly better and higher quality than Stranger Things. And that's not entirely a fair comparison, but even if I was comparing, it's pretty close, but even if I was comparing Stranger Things Season 1 to Welcome to Derry Season 1, I still think Welcome to Derry would win. In quality, in writing. But I will say, Season 1 of Stranger Things is the best season. Now, the best season finale was Season 4, with Eddie and the guitar solo and the bats and the monsters and fucking Hell World lightning in the background. All that shit going on. That was the best season finale they've had. But the best season altogether was Season 1. I stand by that. So, I don't know. Right now, I'm sitting at like a 7. Like, there's a lot of odd stuff. The Mac stuff doesn't make sense to me. Why isn't Vecna dead? The military just seems completely another. By the way, can we just pick a power level for Demogorgons? Like, you'll have one scene where they're unloaded. Like, the whole military is unloading, like, every bullet they have into Demogorgons, and it's not even phasing them. And then you'll have another scene where a soccer mom breaks a champagne bottle and almost stabs a Demogorgon to death. Champagne bottle, yes, works on Demogorgon. High grade artillery doesn't? What? Like, come on. Pick a side. Pick a power level for Demogorgon and let's go with that. All right, let's do that. But it still has time to turn it around, seeing as how the episodes are excessively long. And it was good enough that I could binge it. I didn't have to turn it off and like take a break. You know, it's still pretty good. I don't know what Jonathan Byers is even doing here. I understand he's Nancy's new boyfriend, but dude, read the room. Like, there is so much bigger things right now that you guys have to deal with than worrying about impressing her and asking her to marry you. Like, how about don't? How about go put that shit in a dresser somewhere and be productive, all right? Leave Steve alone. And then we got to talk about Robin. Dude, I wish I could come into this every video with the charisma that my girl Robin has, all right? She's got top-tier charisma, references. Robin's like my character. It's like Robin and Steve are like my characters. Love lesbians. We have so much in common. So, and then they try a little too hard with some of the jokes. Don't land. They're just really cringy. Like the Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then what if Dick's too hard? Then we'll make Dick soft, and we're I don't know who wrote that, but you pushed it past the point to where it was charming. Like, you started out charming, and then you just kept riffing on it, and then it just became pretty cringy. So, chill out. All right? You've got other good... And, dude, okay. And then Dustin is rocking the most ferocious mullet I've ever seen in my life. If I could grow a mullet like that, I would rock a mullet. But I know I can't. Look at this shit. This shit ain't... This is just... We're lucky if I can get it to just sit the fuck down. That's why I wear a hat. But yeah, Dustin, mullet picture right here. Dustin is rocking a mullet and a cap, and I dig it. I think it's dope. So yeah, Dustin goes and visits Eddie's grave. It's been vandalized, so he's taking some paint thinner out there. It turns out it's blood, and 5 bullies jump him. And he almost beats the fuck out of all of them. And they finally overwhelm him. But so that leads me to believe that the 2 bullies in the beginning that tried to get him at the locker, they weren't going to have it. All right. He almost took down all 5 of them. That was pretty impressive. Good boy, Dusty. And he's going through a dark time right now. Eddie was his best friend, his mentor, kind of like a father figure to him. And he probably feels a little bit to blame for how Eddie went out. But let's be real. Let's be 100% real. I called it very early on that Eddie was going to die. And that's because that was his only option. If he came back to the real world, he's going to prison for life. Like, he had nothing left in the real world to come back to. So the only real logical conclusion was him to sacrifice himself in order to save Dustin, who we know he cares deeply about. And it's shown by his legacy. Now he's known as a murderer. Like, you can't wear the Hellfire Club shirt. It signifies, supporting a murderer. And if you want to be real, Eddie was a loser. Don't get me wrong, I love Eddie, but Eddie was definitely actually a loser. Right? He couldn't graduate high school. His best friends were half his age. He was a drug dealer. He was the definition of a loser, but he does have character growth in the season that he's in. And he turns into the hero. So, let's see here. Anything else I talk? The banter back and forth between Hopper and Eleven, kind of annoying. Joyce needs to chill the fuck out. All right, like, I look, if Winona Ryder was my mom, we would have a whole other list of problems that we would have to deal with, other than me standing up to her. All right, Will, brother, you're like 26 now. You can stand up to your mommy. It's fine. But I get it. The overprotective mom trope. I'm glad they finally, hopefully, got that out of the way in this 4 episodes, because there seems to be a conclusion where they have a mutual understanding that I'm not going to helicopter parent you so much. So let's hope there's no more of that. But yeah, right now it looks like our team is set up to fail because no one's really on the same page. Everyone's at each other's throats. No one can agree to a plan. And at the end of the day, where it left off is actually kind of insane. Everything they were working towards the entire episode goes tits up. And literally everything they were working for these, what was it? I think I clocked it at like 5 hours for 4 episodes. There's no payoff for that. They, I won't spoil exactly what happens, but as far as the group and what they achieved, not shit. They didn't achieve anything. So, ultimately, I'm feeling, I don't know. I want to give it higher marks, but right now it just seems like we're retreading ground we've already treaded. Like we're refighting the same villain we already fought last season. We're going over Hopper and Elle's relationship. We're redoing this whole overprotective mother with Will. We're revisiting the whole Will being in love with Mike and being a closeted gay. It's just like, move it along, man. Like, first of all, Will, brother, if you want to be gay, just be gay. Alright? You can tell your best friends that you're gay. Do not tell your best friend you're in love with him, especially when you know he's not gay. Don't do that. Don't write that. That is just so weird. Like, why would you profess your love for someone that you know for a fact they are not into dudes? But yeah, it's fine. Let him know you're gay. That's fine. And then the Robin, like I said, Robin's my favorite character. She's a little overzealous sometimes, but yeah, I mean, I like lesbians. I don't know what to tell you. We got a lot in common. I usually get along with them pretty well. So, but yeah, overall, I'm sitting at like a 7 out of 10 for this first part of season 5. God, they're all so old. What has it been? For 5 seasons, it's been, what, 8 years? I'd have to look that up. But, yeah, that's kind of just my rant on this. Just trying to go over it, and I don't really know what they're doing with Max Caulfield right now, but she's one of the characters I like. She hasn't had too much screen time. I don't know why Mike's little sister is being abducted now. She's done literally nothing for 4 seasons. Hasn't been a part of this at all. And now all of a sudden Vecna's kidnapping her. So I don't even know what Vecna's plan is. For all apparent intents and purposes, he doesn't need a plan. He can just walk in and win. So it seems like we're doing this contrived villain plan where I have to do this and this and this and this, and then my plan will come to fruition and I'll win, when Vecna's power level here seems to be on full display against military force, and he fucking wipes the floor. So why doesn't he just come in and win? I don't understand. So, yeah, it seems like they're making certain decisions just to further just to give them more screen time to do more things. But ultimately, we're going around in a circle, and we're doing the same thing. So, and like I said, the Demigorgon power level shit pisses me off. Can a board with nails hurt a Demigorgon, but fucking high-grade military bullets can't? Can a broken champagne bottle hurt a Demigorgon, but a fucking tanker shell can't? You need to give me a power level for Demigorgons. Because it seems just whatever the fuck the scene needs. So, Oh, but yeah, my throat's starting to get sore. So those are my thoughts on the season so far. It's not terrible. It just seems repetitive. And tell me what you think. Did you watch it? Did you lose hype for it? Did you get back into it? I personally lost hype for it like last year, but it was easy for me to get back into it. So, anyhow, with all that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe if you like any of the content. I got more stuff I'm working on. Hopefully my voice holds out. I'm going to try to do a few more videos tonight. And I will see you next time on the blog. Bye.